guys, today I'm going to show you just how to make a simple DIY zero waste baby wipe solution with baby wipes. So to start off with, you're going to want some fabric. You can use a thrifted pillowcase, some fabric remnant that you have left over, terry cloth towel, anything that you think would be best for being grabby and absorbing well. We've tested a few different kinds of fabric before, and this is the type that I think would work the best. It's sort of soft and would grab pretty well, but you have to experiment with what kinds of fabric you think would work best at wicking away the moisture. You're going to want a basket to put it in, some water and a measuring cup, and I've already got 1 3/4 cup water boiled and cooling down. You'll want some Dr. Bronner's Castile. I've got Baby Mild Unscented, witch hazel, some olive or almond oil, grapeseed oil, and essential oils of your choice that are baby safe, like lavender. We've got aloe, and you can also use pure aloe from a bottle as well if you prefer. You'll need pinking shears or a sewing machine, a funnel if you're using a bottle, and some measuring spoons. Let's start with the fabric. Whatever you have, you want to go ahead and either pink around the edges to keep it from fraying whenever you wash it, or you can sew them into little squares. I don't personally own a sewing machine, so I'm going to just use pinking shears that you can find at Joann's, Michael's, Family Member, whatever, and go ahead and do a little pinking. And these do make them last a really long time. All this fabric has been thrifted. This is a 99-cent pillowcase, and this is just some fabric that was there that I got for $1. You can cut all of this into several squares, and you don't have to buy new fabric. You just can use old towels or whatever. You just want to use whatever you think would work best and absorb the most for you. This is the kind of fabric I think will work best for us in comparison to what we used to use. When you start pinking your fabric, go ahead and fold it in half, and you can do double time. I have an edge here folded, and you want to pink around all the edges, and this saves you half the time. And you want to go ahead and cut around the edges so that you get the frayed already cut off, so that it doesn't continue to fray when you wash it. Now when you're cutting your squares, they don't need to be perfectly square by any means, but I learned the hard way the first time we made these that you don't need to make them as big as traditional wipies. Those are much thinner and are used to being wet and thin, and they just really wipe away and you toss away. For these, if the thickness is right, you really want them to be more the size of a large square of toilet paper, really. Here's a pen for a size example. And of course I didn't make mine square, I just don't care. You're gonna just go ahead and cut all of your fabric into little squares, and when you're done, just throw it in a basket. Now for your actual liquid portion of the wipe solution is 1 3/4 cups of boiled but cooled water, still slightly warm. And to that, you're gonna go ahead and add a tablespoon roughly of aloe, and you can use pure aloe, or if you want to use the plant, you just go ahead and cut the spiny sides off like this, and you're exposing the gelatinous film on the inside. And I think it'd be good to add this to the warm water because it's going to blend in much better, because it really is a gelatinous type substance. So you can go ahead and kind of start loosening the outside, and so you're exposing, you can see that, you're exposing the aloe on the inside. It's very slippery, so probably good to have a paper towel nearby. You're just going to go ahead and cut all the green away from the white jelly. So from what I understand, boiling the water helps it to last longer, or you can use distilled, unless you're going to use it in a week or less. Then her blog said to be sure to boil it if you don't use it quite that fast. Probably depends on how much you make. Okay, so I didn't measure this. I don't think it's really that necessary. It's all aloe, so go ahead and give that that a stir. And warm water is sort of helping to blend it in there. The benefit to using the bottle is that you have, you know, an aloe oil. Really, it's in liquid form and not this stuff, but really just essence into the solution you're making. So the next thing you want to add in is a tablespoon of pure witch hazel extract. You want to make sure there's no other extras in there, so get a good brand. I'm going to go ahead and put a tablespoon in there. Okay. Then you want a teaspoon of Castile. And we like the lavender scented and the baby unscented. Either one would be fine. Lavender would give it a nice smell. Add a teaspoon of the Castile. Okay. Then optionally you can add 10 drops of grapeseed oil or 2 capsules of vitamin E. You can also find that in oil form. But I'm going to go ahead and just add 10 drops of grapeseed oil to mine. That's about 10. Okay. Then you want a teaspoon of olive or almond oil. And I've got Field Day Organic olive oil today. So we're going to add a teaspoon of that. And then 6 to 12 drops of your favorite essential oil. And it's really important to make sure whatever oil you choose is baby safe, because many essential oils are not safe for children under certain ages. Something like lavender is safe for all ages, more or less. So, you know, you really don't want to diffuse any oils until 6 months of age and older. But if you're using carrier oils, like how you have grapeseed and olive, it's okay to use this a little bit in your wipe solution. If you have a very young, like a newborn baby, you might want to stick to just a couple drops. I have a 16-month-old, so I'm going to go ahead and add quite a few. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stir that now. You know, last time I made wipe solution, what I used to do is I used to just do Castile soap and water. And it really worked okay. It wasn't this in-depth what I used to do, but you know, it worked fine. It cleaned, and you know, it's just important to not over wipe. You really irritate the surface of their sensitive skin when they're that young if you over wipe. You can find online other recipes. If you just do DIY wipe solution, and you want to be careful and maybe make small batches and test them out, because every baby's skin is different. There's ones for if you have yeast issues, or if you get frequent diaper rashes, things like that. This one, you can find a similar one on wellnessmama.com, and she has some good information there about different things you can do with your wipes and what's in the store-bought wipes. So this is a zero waste version here. Now everything is really well mixed. It smells fantastic and it looks nice and smooth and buttery. So I'm going to go ahead and add this to our little wipey solution jar. So we've got this jar, and this is thrifted too. I think this used to be like a salad dressing bottle. Yes, it's Good Seasons, which I think is like a salad dressing. What I used to just use is just a mason jar, and I used to carry it around with me and shake it up every time I used it. I used to you know, have the wipes separately, shake it, pour it on the wipes. And it was a little bit more difficult because it was such a large jar. And this has just a small spout, which will be a lot easier for getting in the water. Now you can find on her website things you can do by putting it in a container and keeping the wipes moist at all times, like a regular wipey tin. But that's not something I really like to do. I don't like the idea of keeping the wipes wet at all times. That's just my preference though, but you can totally do that if that's what you're more comfortable with. So this is my cleaning solution maker funnel. I make all my laundry soap and stuff with this. I say that to say I don't use this on the car, just the cleaning solutions. So I'm going to go ahead and attempt to get this right in the funnel. Give it a second to go down. here, you have a nice skin calming, cleaning wipe solution. So now you are done. You have your basket full of wipes and you have your wipe solution. So as you can see, it's going to separate here and there. So with each use, you're going to want to give it a little shake to make sure that you're getting a little bit of every good thing that's in there. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoy this recipe. Go ahead and check out Wellness Mama's blog and see if you like any of her other ones as well. Take care.